Hello friends, in this session we are going to see category of functions in C language. So category of functions are decided based on two things. First thing is whether function takes any input or not, and second thing is whether function returns any output or not. So based on these two things the category of functions are decided. Getting? So in C language there are four categories of function. So let us see which are those categories of functions in C language. So these categories of function are decided on two things. First one is whether function takes any input or not. Second thing is whether function returns any or not. So based on these two things, the categories of functions are formed. So which are the four categories? There are four categories of function in C language. See, I'm not saying types of function. There are two types of function, library functions and user-defined functions. Here we are discussing about category of functions. Getting? So first category is function with no argument and no return type. In this category, see, function is not taking any input and function is not returning any output. So this is the first category. Second thing is function with argument and no return type. So see, in second category, function is taking input but function is not returning any output. Third category, function with no argument and no argument but return type, but with return type. So see, in this case function is not taking any input but function is returning some output. And last category is function with argument and with return type. So in last category function is taking input as well as it is returning some output. So these are the four categories. So we are going to see these four categories with the help of C program. So let us start with category of functions in C language. So I'm going to take example of finding an area of circle. Getting simple example we are taking how to find area of circle, and we are going to demonstrate these four categories for this particular problem statement, area of circle. Okay, so let us take first one, that is function with no argument and no return type. So these are the categories of user defined function. These four categories are of user defined function. So we must take user defined function. So see, this is main function. Okay, this is simple what we can say standard way of writing C program, int main, and then there is a return 0. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to create one function area. Getting? So I'm going to create one function area, and see this function area is a function name. This function is not going to take any input as well as it is not going to return any output. Getting? So this is what function declaration. So from this function declaration you can understand that from which category this function belongs. So see, function with no argument. So this bracket indicates it is a for input, and this return type is for nothing. That means this function is not going to return any value. Okay, so now go to main and see, we are going to take radius as input. Value of radius from user, as we are going to calculate area of circle. So enter radius and then scanf d and then radius. Okay, and then call this function by passing radius. Now see, this function is not, sorry, we can't pass radius to this because this function is from function with no argument and no return type category. So this function will not take any input as well as it will not receive any output. So this will be blank call, blank function call. Getting simply the function will, or the compiler will jump from this point to this point. So this is what function, you can say function definition. See, this is function declaration, this is function call, this is function definition, this is function call. Now if we are taking radius input inside main, getting, you know that function is a block of code. Now see, this is function, this is function, so it is a function definition. So you know that function definition is what? Function definition is a block of code which performs a particular task. So here we are going to calculate the area of circle, but to calculate area of circle we must require radius. But see, we have read radius inside main function, then how to pass this radius to area function? So there is a problem. So we can't take, you should not take this radius value inside main function. Getting, because this function we are seeing first category of function, that is function with no argument, no return type. So if you take radius value inside main, then you should pass that radius value to area function. Getting, but then category of function will be different in that case. So that's why what we are doing, we are reading radius inside function definition only, because we can't take radius inside main, because if we take, then you should pass that radius to area function. So to avoid that, you should take radius inside function definition only, and then you can have one area result variable here, area result equal to, and see, 3.14 into radius into radius. Getting, this is the formula, and then simply print that area of percent %f, and then area which is present in area result variable. Getting, so see, very simple program. This is function declaration. Getting, so see, function is not taking any input, so that's why we have specified void. No matter whether you are specifying void or not, it will treat as a blank input. Getting, so this is function definition, this is call. Getting, and this is function declaration. So see how this program will be executed. First, compiler will go inside main function, and there is a blank function call area. So from this function call, it will jump to function definition. Getting, it will jump to function definition. So let us run this. There is no any compilation error, and give input. See, output is 78.75. So area of circle is printed on output screen. So this is what the C program for first category of function, that is function with no argument and no return type.